All right, dude here, it is weigh-in day, and this is also the beginning, crap. I think it's week 22 or week 23. I don't even know anymore. I think it's 23. I don't know. I'll double check that. Anyway, let's just go straight to the results. So I lost 6.1 pounds last week. Let's insert a little clip right here. As you can see, if I go back to the beginning of last week, I was 233.5 on Monday, August 10th. This morning, I'm 227.4, I believe it was. And then, actually, if we go back the last 2 weeks since I've really started honing in, I was 238.7 is where we kind of started off, the rebound, so to speak. And then today, again, 227.4. Now, the lowest that I had been, also before we get into that, let's go jump over to, I took my my blood ketones, and you can see that is a 2.0, and my fasted glucose after I got home from work today is a 98. So everything's looking good. I did take my blood pressure. I took it 3 different times. It's freaking blood pressure. We're probably sitting somewhere in the average of about 145 over 84, something like that. I took it 3 times, and it kind of varied each time, you know, but I'm also moving around the house. I sat down and did it. I didn't like chill out for a long time. So anyway, you know, it's manageable, but my blood pressure is always high. That's water. Anyway, so let's jump into kind of the breakdown. All right, so what is different? We've kind of been discussing this. If you're new to you, but if you've been around, you kind of know this. So if you're new, that's who this is really for. I did really well first 20 weeks. Lost 32 pounds. I was down. I think my lowest was June 4th, my anniversary, and the scale said 229.9. And I started at 261.2, so I was down like 32 or so pounds. And then I kind of got lost over the summer. I started, you know, not monitoring what I was doing as much, missing things, skipping things, had injuries, had things that kind of set me back, gained 10 pounds. That's the bottom line. So it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I said, okay, enough. I'm going to reset. I'm going to kind of go back to some very, very basic things. And what's been working for me? In the first couple weeks even, we traveled a little bit. I got off track a little bit. I went out for ice cream with my brother-in-law one night up in Salt Lake. There were still some things. And, you know, I think I went up to like, at the very, very highest, I think I went up to like 242 point something, and I'd kind of lost a little bit. And so a couple weeks ago on August 3rd, I'm like, okay, dude, time to really get even more serious, got to get dialed in, do what I know how to do, what I'm not doing. And so kind of did a little start, stop, and continue with myself. And I weighed in at, like I said, the 238.7. And that first week I lost 5.2 pounds, and this week I lost 6.1. So in the last 2 weeks, 11.3, that's a win. Now, what's been working for me? Consistent meals. Sticking with my Monday through Friday intermittent fasting. And this weekend on Saturday and Sunday, I did eat, but I ate very minimal. I wasn't that hungry. So like I said, Saturday I had 3 hard-boiled eggs, and I had a nice big dinner. Sunday I had something, I can't remember. But I had a little omelet. Is that what I ate? I told you yesterday. Anyway, I can't remember. But then I had another good dinner last night. So yeah, we had some smoked chicken and broccoli. Oh baby, that was good. That was good. That worked out really good. So consistent meals. Taking a little bit more pride. I'm not using a macro tracker or anything like that. But I am talking to chat saying, hey, I need to build a good ketogenic meal tonight. Here's what I kind of want to eat. What do you think I should pair with it? Getting a little bit of feedback, building up that plate, and then taking a picture of it when I'm done and saying, this is what I ate. And it kind of spits out a general, you know, here's kind of from what I see here, here's where your calories, your fat, your carbs are, your proteins. And so I've had a pretty good general idea, and guess what? It's working. But I think more than even the pictures of it or the tracking of it, it's just a consistency. I've been eating ketogenic last 2 weeks straight. Obviously, I'm getting deeper into ketosis, which I really don't want to do. I am taking a medicine that has some risks associated with it for a ketogenic or low carb diet. So I'm trying to not be real low carb. I'm not trying to reach therapeutic ketosis levels. I'm just trying to reach a mild, nutritious ketosis. That way I know my body's burning fat for fuel. So I'm a 2, I'm a little bit high. I may eat some more carbs tonight. I want to really see that around a 1 for what my goal is right now. So I'm paying attention, and then I'm doing my 30-minute walks every single day. So the consistency, the daily action items, paying a little closer attention and acting like I care, making a difference. So that's the first thing. And before anyone goes beating me up in the comments, let's not get too overexcited. 11.3 pounds in 2 weeks, that is phenomenal. That's fantastic. However, let's be real. Some of that's water, some of that's glycogen. You know, when you gain a bunch of weight pretty quick and then you start getting serious, you start taking it off again real quick. That's not necessarily 11.3 pounds fat loss. I don't really think that. But what it does indicate is that we're turned around, we're going in the right direction. I hit a new low, and so now we are on the path again. So this little temporary summer bump in the road is now over. Now I just have to continue doing what I'm doing and seeing the success of brand new fat loss get into play and head toward the goal. And now I think one of the biggest keys for me is don't get greedy. You know, don't start getting cocky, don't start getting arrogant. 11.3, that's a great turnaround in a couple of weeks. 6.1, I was not expecting that. But here's the reality. Do I expect a 5-pound loss every week? Heck no. I've talked about this 100 times. No. I mean, if this week would have been 1 pound, I would have been happy. And I don't want to start getting like, oh, maybe I should change something. I'm doing really good, so maybe I should cut some more calories or do this or do that or, you know, work out twice as long. No. The answer is stay the course. I have evidence that what I'm doing currently is working for me, for my body, for my body's reacting and responding. I mean, my hands feel skinnier. I can feel it in my fingers. I can see it in my neck. I can see it in my face. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Monday through Friday, intermittent fasting, sticking with a ketogenic diet. On Saturday evenings, I have had not even a free meal. I've had a free snack. Late last 2 Saturdays, I've had popcorn, which I totally thought would throw me out of ketosis. I bought some popcorn. I ate it until I felt like I didn't want any more, and I threw the rest in the garbage. So there's no other kind of, like, I'm not doing candy, chips, snacks, sugars, you know, anything like that. I figured popcorn is definitely not keto, but pretty safe bet. And again, I want to stay in that lower level of nutritional ketosis. I don't want to get in too deep. So it's working for me. So the goal for me this week is not to lose another 5 pounds. It's not to lose another 6 pounds. The goal is just to assemble another solid week. Now, what that means in terms of weight loss for next Monday, I don't know. I don't care. As long as I put together a good week where I know I'm hitting my daily action items and I know I'm doing the right thing consistently, then the result will be what it's going to be. And if that's half a pound, fantastic. If it is 4 more pounds, then wonderful. But the key for me is to concentrate on consistency and hitting those daily actions. So that's what I'm doing. And now I'm going to go back to boring, to just daily execution of my very simple plan. And we'll see what next Monday brings. And leave a comment down below. Now, the only thing I do know is 2 weeks ago, I was 238.7. And this morning, I was 227.4. Tomorrow, I may be 228. I don't know. We're going to see. I'm sure it's going to go a little bit of this. What my body tends to do is my body tends to lose, and then it tends to hold for a minute. Sometimes even say, "Hey, what are you doing?" You know, and it'll carry a little bit more, and then it'll lose again. And so it's kind of this cycle that happens throughout the week. So as long as I just keep doing the right things consistently, I'm going to keep getting the progress. And again, my great goal is under 200 by a little weekend Hawaii trip we have planned for December for my wife's birthday. So that gives me plenty of time. It is definitely doable. I believe in that. And if I don't get there, it's probably my fault. So that's fine. I'll take that as well. But my number one goal is to be below my transformation pre-start weight, which is 217. So anyway, that's what we're doing. Tell me in the comments below. Are you checking in? How did your week go? Did you gain? Did you lose? Did you maintain? Do you need to do a start, stop, and continue and really focus in on what do I need to start doing? What do I need to stop doing? And what's going great that I need to continue doing? Reassess, figure out exactly where you're at, set your plan for this week, and stick to it. And support each other in the comments, and we're making this happen one day at a time. Till tomorrow, dude. Out.